Something I feel that isn't really talked about when on the topic of comparing yourself to other people is how it is literally the thief to your personality. All of a sudden, everything that worked for you is changed, and we try to mirror what we see someone else do, whether that's in real life and whether that's social media. Based on the positive response we see that these people get, and based on social norms, we start to change those little things about us that make us us. It's funny because to me at least, it stems from inspiration. It stems from us wanting to maybe improve on a certain aspect of ourselves, and then all of a sudden it turns into character assassination. We start looking at ourselves in the mirror differently and ask ourselves questions we never asked before. Why do I look like this? Why is this in this certain place? And then we start to build insecurities because we do not look like the desired person. Sometimes it's hard for people to understand that we all are desirable people to certain people. We all carry our own aesthetic that is very aesthetically pleasing to other people. But comparing yourself is actually bigger than just appealing to other people that we want to want us, or we want people to look at us in a certain way. I do believe comparing yourself comes down to you. It comes down to you constantly looking for improvements and constantly wanting to be a perfect person. We all know all of us are imperfect. There is not one person on this earth that has been able to become fully perfect. But in our eyes, there's always something we can do. Your own self-destruction comes from you grabbing little bits and pieces from people you perceive to be perfect. It stems from you having this idea in your head that you are not good enough, but you are completely neglecting the fact that your flaws make you who you are and are the best parts of you. Comparison steals personality because all of those neatly wrapped desirable aspects you have pickpocketed from other people, when they are all put to one, create a character. Because you know deep down that is nothing like your true self. You create a false narrative and you only truly exist in your mind because you have changed every aspect about yourself possible to be this perfect being. But it is impossible because none of us are like perfect Cell from Dragon Ball. We are not perfect life forms at any way possible, and this is the highlight to each and every one of us. Every time the mask we put on fails, we look for ways to maybe improve it to make it better instead of revisiting ourselves and sticking to how we are. These are signs that you should always be you. These are signs that that personality that you don't really think people will accept and like and is not socially normal. These are signs that you need to revolve back to who you are. There will always be people for you, people that will connect for you, and people that you belong to. Everyone's personality is incredible because it is all different. Imagine if we all walked around with the same personality. How boring would that be? Now, not all of our personalities click together, but that does not mean you have a flawed personality. That does not mean that your personality is necessarily objectively bad or lesser or weaker to anybody else's personality, because you are different and there are people you would get along with very, very well. The same goes for your appearance. You need to understand that you carry your own aesthetic. You need to understand that there are going to be a lot of people you don't even know about that look at you in an aesthetically pleasing manner. You need to stop looking in that mirror and deconstructing yourself on what you look like based on social media and based on people's positive responses to other people, even if you have not received that yet yourself. You need to understand that constantly comparing yourself, changing aspects of your personality, of your appearance, just so you can fit in, is a wrong way to go about it. Because in the end, when you create a character, when you eventually visit Halloween early, you need to realize that one day that facade and mask is gonna slip. One day the people that you so-called fit in with and like you for you or this person that you created, When they see the real you, they will show their true side, which they have been showing this whole time. And you'll realize that you've been the fake person. Because when they switch on you, they don't accept you for who you truly are. You can only point the finger at yourself. There is always going to be a negative response when you are pretending to be somebody you are not. There is always going to be a reversion back to you because you were always meant to be yourself. You were always meant to act this way, and you were always meant to look the way you look. Because at the end of the day, on this earth, we are all individuals, and that is the most powerful thing. I want you to start walking around and telling yourself that you have power because you are you. You should walk in a room and feel amazing, knowing that nobody on this planet is remotely close to being you. That should empower you. That should lift you up. You shouldn't feel superior or lesser to anyone. You should feel like you are you. I truly think there is a beauty in walking around knowing to yourself that you are one of one, because we all are one of one. We all are diamonds in the rough, and it is literally up to you to walk around and say these things to yourself. Because if you don't say it, who will? This to me is where imposter syndrome stems from. It stems from you comparing yourself to other people that have been successful or are doing well for themselves and think you are not deserving because they've done so much, completely ignoring the hard work that you've put in. I've said on my YouTube channel before, and some of you may remember, that comparing yourself to other people is a good thing. It may be risky and it may backfire on you, but you can use this to motivate you and propel you further. Well, for most people, that is not going to work, because it is human nature to start being negative towards ourselves when comparing ourselves to other people instead of uplifting ourselves. Why do you think you feel the way you feel when you finally do something right, but you feel like you haven't earned it or deserved it? It's because time and time again, you have seen people that have had a struggle to get where they are, and you've thought, wow, man, my life has been easy compared to that. But that does not knock off the hard work you have done. And this is why, at the end of the day, comparison, no matter what I've said in the past, isn't the best thing to do. Comparison is something that steals your personality. The one thing that makes all of us different, aside from our physical attributes. I'm not gonna lie. As I've grown older, I've realized that my personality is a blessing. At the end of the day, I know I am different to every single person. And I may not be better, and I may not be lesser, but all I know is in this little lane I drive in, I am myself. And I know and understand myself. So I think it's very important that you guys learn, sit back, and know who you are. Because a lot of these problems stem from you not knowing yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people, because in the end it is not worth it. This person you're creating, all of these neatly wrapped desired aspects you are pickpocketing from these people and putting it into yourself will not make you a 99 overall. In the end, you're only going to suffer, crumble, and revert back to your old self. Maybe this is a good thing, but in the moment you will not be thinking it's a good thing. You will be thinking that you're weaker. At the end of the day, all masks come down. But it's up to you in choosing what mask falls. Anyway, that's me for today. I'm going to catch you tomorrow as always. My God.